Alright, hello to all my guys, gals, and non-binary pals out there across the electrical ocean. This is Jazzman, and we are back with another game. We got Badgerale, we got Atormenta, we got Magma fucking Bunny getting a kill here in mid-font. And, well, actually, it wasn't technically Magma Bunny, it was the Sheul's Fireball that was just cast. We're a little bit late to this game, but I saw Badgerale playing, and I was like, yeah, this game hasn't been going on for too long. Maybe there's still some juicy action going down. So we got full faction Kathir Forest for Atormenta. We got, of course, full faction Underdepths for Badgerail, and it looks like Badgerail is doing a little bit of silliness here with that Erupt, trying to stall that Elven Strategist from getting into mid-font. He's got Fire Maw with a Withering Fern, unfortunately for him, and Magma Bunny just doing his thing, being his good old efficient self, capping Badgerail's. Yeah, I'm assuming he capped top font, unless there's a stealth champion that I missed. I guess we will see if I was completely wrong. So we got Skyshear Pegasus here for Atormenta, triggering a lava trap to his chagrin, and he's gonna have to trigger two more if he actually wants to get to that font. So Badgerail getting really lucky with those lava trap placements. Skyshear Pegasus having to take a full 24 damage, not including the charred damage, before he actually even gets to the font. So I think Atormenta here is already in a pickle. He lost the, I think it was the Vishal Mirror Blade in that font to the Sheul's Fireball, so he's down a champ already, and doesn't have anything to show for it aside from splitting up the Magma Bunny. And the Magma Bunny splits are going to be very much a nuisance for Atormenta to deal with. So Pegasus going to take out one with a magic attack. I'm not sure why he used a magic attack instead of just hitting it with an auto attack. Usually you want to save your alternate attacks for when you actually need them, but Skyshear here going to get reflexes from the Strategist, and despite being down, Atormenta is still alive and kicking. He's going to get hit up by Magma Bunny, and then gain Fire Eater, or not Fire Eater, Immunity Fire from one with Nora. And it seems like Badgerale just going to go right for the early plays here with the Fire Blast. Doing all the spells possible to take out Atormenta's champions. So Fire Maw going to get a huge hit onto the Pegasus, taking it out, and Magma Bunny collecting the globe promptly. And as far as this Magma Bunny goes, this Magma Bunny can do whatever the hell he wants because Badgerale is so far ahead right now. And man, I feel like this game is going to be over soon, isn't it? Yeah, here comes the Retribution on the Magma Bunny. And then there goes the Elven Strategist and the Surrender, yeah. I think Atormenta, there's no way Atormenta doesn't surrender here, right? I mean, Badgerail just completely dominated this game. And I was really hoping that I could get the full, that I didn't miss too much. But it seems like I missed basically the entire thing. So Magma Bunny, fortunately, now has Lava Walker, so cannot heal off of this lava left behind by the lava traps. Which I don't think Badgerail realized that until he actually moved the bunny onto the lava, thinking, oh, I'm going to get a heal off that. But Cinderpede coming in here for Badgerail, backed up by a War Banner, and there is the surrender. So, unfortunately, a very quick game. And, you know what? I'm just going to... I never do this. I'm just going to go back into to ranked, because I really feel like I nailed that recording, that intro, so I don't want to waste this recording. We're just gonna hop back into the next available game here. And hopefully this will load. Okay, so there we go. We got. Is that really the only game going on? Come on, you guys. Let's see some action here, shall we? Well, who else have we got? Maybe someone will hopefully queue up. There we go. There's Balio versus Badgerail. All right, didn't have to wait too long there. All right, so we got Badgerail versus Balio. Playing full faction, a split between Forsaken Waste and Forglar Swamp. And then Badgerail, of course, playing Underdepths. So hopefully that wasn't too unprofessional of me to just skip between games there. But we've got, there haven't been very many games going on today, so, well, at least during the time that I've been on. So I really got to take what I can get. So anyway, Corrupted Guardian coming in here for Balio for his turn. And Corrupted Guardian going to be nabbing that side font, or perhaps mid, depending on what Badgerail decides to do. So we're gonna see maybe he's playing the same deck. Maybe we'll see some like Erupt action on this mid font. And yeah, Erupt, that was a weird game. Badgerail just completely dominated that. But Erupt and Fire Maw are kind of odd choices. I guess in a fire deck, Erupt can be pretty useful. if you want to stall or play some wacky lava eater or fire eater with lava strategy. But in general, Erupt is not typically a good spell. So you see Bach Raider coming in here, nabbing that font quickly with initiative. And then, yeah, that's basically all he does. Back in the day, Bach Raider used to be very terrifying to face off if you can't contest Underdepth's fonts fast enough. If you were just sort of hovering around outside their fonts and you had your champs position there, you'd run into Bach Raiders or Nephrite Messengers running out, insta-tapping with initiative, and in the case of Messenger, potentially driving more of Underdepth's champions for more kills. But Messenger still sees a fair amount of play, and Bach Raider, although he was nerfed, she was nerfed, I'm pretty sure that's Bach, of course. All the Bach are very scantily clad female demons. So we've got, so Bach Raider just runs out of a font and arrow shots or flame strike something. And he has, she has a very, she used to have more damage, I think. She used to have like 16 damage. But so Bach Raider still sees a fair amount of play in Underdepths, but it's not as much as she used to. It looks like on Balio's side, we've got zombies and split with Forglar Swamp, so maybe some kind of summon spam deck with Timothy the Vile. And Timothy the Vile recently got a hotfix change to where he now has Zombie Plague back again. Back after all this time of having to rely on Swarm Festering Corpse, he gets his signature, well, not his signature ability, but it used to be one of his signatures. And now working properly thanks to the glorious efforts of Slugbait, our friendly neighborhood coder in residence. We've got Corrupted Guardian getting that bottom side font before making his way up mid. Yeah, zombies split with Forglar Swamp. I can't think of any what else that would be besides summon spam or some kind of summon abuse deck. Balio is known for playing Forsaken Waste and Forsaken Waste splits more than anything else. I've seen him play Kathir Forest actually a few games today, but those games were not very good. Don't ask about those games. We've got Nightmare. We've got Grimlick over here for Badgerail, sepia-toned Grimlick. So Badgerail sort of flexing his wealth, opening his wallet to Balio here. Of course, Badgerail being an old player, you'd expect him to have those kinds of runes in play. And this being the real Grimlick, of course. The real one is entirely distinguishable from the illusions, thanks to the little yellow arrows indicating the upgrades, whereas the illusions do not have such a thing. As well as the illusions having an extra copy of Iron Will for whatever reason. And don't you all just love the way this game bugs out sometimes? I love it so much. But we've got Nightmare, probably going to come in here and Flame Strike that Fleshweaver Witch. And then Grimlick going to go to town with a double hit. And Balio, recognizing the danger, rightly moves that Fleshweaver Witch out of said danger, and surrenders the mid font to Badgerail. Now that could mean that he does have a stealth relic in that font, some kind of poison trap, maybe a plague trap if he's feeling spicy. But if Badgerail does not trigger any of those traps, it seems like the font will be going over to Badgerail. So after deploying that Equilibrium Nexus, the font promptly gets traded. Control. And Badgerail sends, looks like he's going to send this illusion down to harass Balio's bottom font with a relic, potentially. So Balio will have to keep an eye open for that. But I guess, usually on this map, you get all sorts of flying champions that harass your top and bottom fonts, like this Bach Raider could potentially be doing if he were deployed over here. But yeah, I guess the potential of illusions relic contesting is superior to having to guard your fonts all game versus like a flyer. But we got Scorch the Earth after the firebomb from that Grimlick here. So all of Balio's champions are going to be taking massive amounts of fire damage should they move over this lava. I mean, not massive amounts. I mean, it's 4 damage, but still, and it is a little bit of a nuisance. So Fleshweaver Witch going to cast Light as a Feather, giving the Corrupted Guardian flying. So no lava damage for him. And it seems like Corrupted Guardian, he could have moved into the font. But not sure what Balio is planning here. He's blocked his Corrupted Guardian with that Boghopper Tad. It looks like he's going in for a Hydrate here. Okay, so he's going to do a Hydrate. get a little bit of water down to counteract the lava. So instead of water, we've got steam terrain. Steam. Steamed, not steamed hams. We got steamed bog hoppers. So we've got Gilibrium Nexus coming in here for a little pinging onto that Grimlake. And if I were Balio, I'd probably be worried about that Nexus's life. So he's gonna engage that Bok Raider, probably trying to rely on one with Nora to keep him alive. Whereas previously he could have just gotten arrow shot by the Bok Raider and then auto attacked by the Grimlake, and then he would have died to those. But seems like he's going to try and prevent that by engaging the Raider directly. So there we see the zombie herder bringing in the herd here, allowing Corrupted Guardian to get a charge followed by a regular attack. And I don't know, that Grimlake's pretty low. I wonder if Balio will try and kill it somehow with the Nora that he's got. Spawn Pool Guardian doing a cleanse onto itself for, I guess, cleansing the Chard and a little bit of healing. And there's the boy himself, the new Timothy the Vile. So he's a little bit more expensive, thankfully, in my opinion, since before I think he was like 76 Nora or something crazy like that. But he does still have his Bog Hopper crew. He does still have the anti-summon and the now returned Zombie Plague, free of bugs. So maybe we'll see some swarmage onto that Grimlake there in a few turns. Assuming Badgerail plays into that. I'm thinking Badgerail is going to move that Grimlake as far away from Timothy as possible. Or maybe even try and get... maybe I'll try and get a kill here. No, he does move the Grimlake away. Wise choice, in my opinion. And this Grimlake illusion is 2 spaces away from Relic contesting, so maybe we will see a Price of Victory Relic drop. And if that's the case, I'm feeling like Fleshweaver Witch is going to have to be redirected down towards bot side. So probably not the best play for Badgerail to potentially do, since Balio does have the potential to recontest immediately. So there's the Sheewol's Fireball, doing a bit of damage to that Gilibrium Nexus, and the immunity fire from Bok Raider absorbing any bouncing damage from that. So there's the kill and the Globe Gather by the Raider. Does give Timothy a little bit of AP to work with, but I'm feeling like that Grimlake is still well out of harm's way here. The Bok Raider's chunkiness is blocking the chunkiness of the Corrupted Guardian from squeezing through to get a hit. So we've actually got quite a few 2x2s out now. We've got the Raider, we've got the Corrupted Guardian, we've got Nightmare, and then the Illusion to get in the way as well. But man, look at all this lava terrain. Man, that's gotta be annoying if you're a grounded champion like these Tads are. Fleshweaver Witch, sitting high and dry, thanks to her flying. Then a Nephrei Soul Torch. I haven't actually seen the Soul Torch in play since its buffs. It's, I guess it's 7 speed now, but it is 1 to 2 range instead of 2 to 4 that it used to be. Still has its anti-healing abilities, Fester, Torch. And yeah, we'll see how that does. I haven't played against it yet either. 68 Nora though, so pretty cheap for a 7-speeder. But in the meanwhile, we've got Pygmy Hippo Stampede, actually, and this might be just what Balio needs to give Timothy the ability to swarm that Grimlake. So this Hippo can get another charge, this one here, for 10 damage, and give Timothy enough AP to get in for a hit on that Grimlake. Because Soul Vitality does proc off of Summon Deaths. Here we see... oh, don't tell me he's going to get the hit with Corrupted Guardian. Come on. Come on, Balio, you got the swarm here. Oh, no. Alright, so he does, he gets the kill with the Corrupted Guardian instead of Timothy for whatever reason. I guess he didn't want that Festering Corpse for free. That's very suspicious play. I mean, it would require him to move Timothy sort of like overextending, you could call it, but not really, because there's no threat to him. Like he's blocking with the Corrupted Guardian, and Nightmare is blocked by this Festering Corpse. So like, what the hell else are you gonna do with your Timothy, right? He gets a hit off onto Bok Raider instead, and that does plague him for a few turns. So I don't know. I don't agree with that. And there comes down the Poison Globule. So onto Nightmare, and that's... I don't know about that. Poison Globule can just be thrown away to the Festering Corpse. But he doesn't drop the Sacred Temple or any other Premonition unit. So the Toss will be available for Badgerail should he choose to do so. Of course, the thing is, I mean, you don't even have to do it this turn. You can wait a turn until you actually need to toss it away. So Nightmare can maybe do an attack there onto that Flesh Weaver Witch. Badgerail doing a sacrifice onto the Bach Raider, though. Keeping the Swarm well out of Balio's grasp. And that's sort of the thing with playing against Underdepths. You have to get the, like that Grimlock should have definitely been a Swarm kill. Because if you just hit, I mean, they can sacrifice their champion and you get nothing out of it. So I don't know. And the Illusion making its way down to that bottom font finally, dropping an Orb of Protection to contest. So Fleshweaver Witch now out of recontest range, and Balio will find his Nora reserves gradually sapped away by that Illusion, who has made more than useful for himself after his master Grimlock has died. So there goes the Nightmare, tossing away the Globule to the Fleshweaver Witch and moving away. And it does seem like Badgerail is in a good position with that font contest, but he is being slowly outnumbered by these summons on the board. And Corrupted Guardian can actually fly up to Badgerail's top font and contest it. So we've got some font trading going on here on this map, thanks to the cast Light as a Feather from that Fleshweaver Witch. So Timothy moving over to get a hit onto the Nightmare, plaguing it as well. With the Inhibited going down, thanks to the Fleshweaver Witch, Nightmare will no longer be able to heal off of its own trail. I'm actually pretty glad that they kept that interaction in the game. I was worried when they started adding, Lava Walker to a bunch of the Fire Eaters and Underdepths that Nightmare would be an unintentional casualty of that. But I'm glad that they kept that little thing to Nightmare specifically, because that was always his thing, right? Even like Nightmare is a really old champion, and back in the day, that was one of his main selling points, that he could walk with Trail Lava and Fire Eater and gain healing off of that interaction. Probably precipitating the addition of Lava Walker to other Fire Eaters in the modern day, after we all realized how broken that interaction was. But it seems like this Grimlock Illusion is going up to contest this font with another relic, and yep, there's the Lava font deploy. So Balio currently has both of his fonts contested, but does have the mid font for his trouble. Badgerail deploying the Chosen of Asarius to match wits versus the Corrupted Guardian up here. And he does have, I mean, it's still 2 fonts to 1. Like, Badgerail does not have his top font, nor does he have mid, and it seems like the Poison Globule going to get tossed back with the Fleshweaver. The problem here for Balio is that he has to make a decision whether he wants to defend his currently captured fonts or he wants to divert resources to recapturing his lost fonts. This one is pretty much out of his reach for the time being, unless he somehow gives this Spawnpool Guardian flying, and even then, like, you'd have to use an erode or something on this relic. But this one is well within his ability to recapture. He can hit it twice with Timothy, and then that Lava font will be gone. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like that Lava font deploy was not really the best choice for Badgerail. I feel like he's going to be behind on champs and in Nora because again, it's 2 fonts to 1. And he's going to have to spend Nora to get rid of that Corrupted Guardian that's in his font. So maybe saving that Lava font for maybe a potential fight up here, or contesting mid font with the Nightmare would have been better for him. But with that Nightmare being inhibited, he knows that he can't really win against the Timothy in range combat, having only Flame Strike to himself. So he tosses the Globule to the Festering Corpse. Definitely a better choice than tossing it to the Witch, because Festering Corpse is lumbering, and his movement costs AP to use, more AP to use, meaning that he'll have to use 3 of his AP to toss the Globule back, leaving him only 2 AP for movement. There goes the Fester onto Corrupted Guardian, preventing any life stealage by his Ancient's Corruption ability. And Badgerail is gonna try and break through here, but Corrupted Guardian is a tough customer. He's very beefy, very tough, basically, to get through. Tough. And yep, Timothy, as expected, going to take out that Lava font. Balio actually doing the smart thing and conserving some AP on his champions by hitting once with each of these guys, rather than twice with Timothy. And then leaving the Scrofula to recapture that font. And what happened to that illusion? I guess I missed that. Maybe Spawn Pool Guardian tried to cleanse it and get rid of it that way. But yeah, so the what was that? What was that noise? The sonic damage from... Oh yeah, see the reverberating bracelet equipped onto Corrupted Guardian. So Corrupted Guardian doing a little sonic burst, knocking back the Chosen into the Soul Torch for some pretty good damage here. He's got 15 from the knockback plus the 10 from the ability itself. And then Balio slowly taking over this game, slowly but surely, with the Ambassador Berkchani here, deployed in mid, followed immediately by a Cast Light as a Feather. And what seemed like a good early game for Badgerail after that mistaken failure of a swarm from Balio is now turning into a long, grindy game, and which of course will favor Balio in the long run, as opposed to Badgerail's Underdepths. It's unfortunate. I'm pretty sure every game I've gotten of Badgerail so far has unfortunately resulted in Badgerail's loss. Although I think there might have been one. Again, he was playing against Savage Tundra, which was a win on the 3-font, Grove of Ashes map. But other than that, yeah, Badgerail has not had a good showing on this channel so far. That's why I keep trying to get his games, is so that I can show that he's not actually as bad a player as the games I've had make him out to be. He is in fact a very good player. But it seems like this is an unfortunate matchup for him, where he's just getting outgrinded by the summons and whatnot. So Nightmare going to toss away that globule, right? Yeah. So tossing away the globule yet again to the Festering Corpse. And leaving, unfortunately, his Chosen of Asarius is one space away from getting in that font. There's another Nightmare from Badgerail, doing a Flame Strike onto the Fleshweaver Witch. He has no interest in contesting that font versus all this summon stuff. And Underdepths, unfortunately, their anti-summon options are a little bit more limited than some other factions. They've got the Nephari Grief Bearer with Shatter, and they've got a few rituals sprinkled here and there, but they don't have like a Naturalize. They don't have a spell version of an anti-summon ability. And they don't have any dedicated slot for it, like a Cyclops Ritualist maybe from Shattered Peaks. So they basically just got their damage to blow through summons, and that's about it. But so Balio here gonna make a slow push towards Badgerail's Shrine with these champions. Another Corrupted Guardian coming in, and Corrupted Guardian was actually nerfed in the recent patch, but still remains a strong choice. Very bulky, very hard to get rid of with Calcify. And he's a little bit more expensive than he used to be, though, so a little bit more reasonable in that department. And Balio actually choosing to deploy mid rather than on top side, so it seems like Badgerail's going to get his font back on his next turn. But Festering Corpse going to toss that globule right back to the Nightmare. Yeah, so Nightmare, Balio could have contested that font with a relic if he wanted to, but instead he chose to throw the globule around some more. Maybe he just didn't have a relic, or maybe it doesn't seem like he runs too many relics in this deck, which I have seen him play before. But it's basically just meat and meat and more meat. So there goes the torch into the top font, reclaiming it for Badgerail, and moving the Chosen of Asarius down, who has yet to summon his head relic to the field. So the Chosen should be a pretty good help here against the Corrupted Guardian. Void Shield already stacking up some resistances nicely. And the addition of the Tinderbox won't actually matter too much as soon as that Fleshweaver... as long as that Fleshweaver is in play for Fester. But I'm assuming Balio runs 2, since that is sort of the deck style that he's playing. But Nightmare wanders away from that mid-font fight, wanting to sort of grapple with the Scrofula over bottom font, rather than stay in Timothy's swarming range. Balio, of course, not having any of it, keeping... so he doesn't make an attack, he just summons another Boghopper zombie. It's fine, they got Bodyguard, they're still pretty good, even after Timothy's changes. And Berkchani going straight for that Shrine with the Twisted Emerald here. And it's funny, Balio doesn't seem to run any anti-spell relics like the Nora Pearls. in this deck. Or maybe he just maybe he figures that Badgerail is too good a player to play into it, so it's not worth deploying. But it does seem like he runs some equips for the Salaman here. Twisted Emerald is not something I see too often, but it does give Confuse, and Spot Confuse is really nice, as evidenced by the AoE inhibited power from Kathir Forest, which used to be a mainstay of the faction, but unfortunately, well, fortunately, depending on your perspective, was nerfed quite handily, up to 40 Nora. Yeah, Confuse as an ability is just really nice, and of course if you can equip it on a provision unit to give it bonus stats, so much the better. Yeah, Badgerail's Shrine is going to be slowly but surely overrun by summons here and other champions, so he's got to get some bodies on the board. I don't know, it's tough because the champions are right up against his Shrine, and Balio is probably just going to ignore whatever Badgerail deploys in favor of hitting that Shrine. So Badgerail is going to have to find a way to either knock back or relocate these champions away, and then maybe transfigure and run. That'd probably be his best option, as the Chosen of Osiris moves into the font. But as I explained earlier, he's probably just going to get festered and then whittled down by the summon meat. I mean, even shit like Boghopper Tads, right? I mean, and Festering Corpses. I mean, they're lumbering, but they still have 44 HP on him. So basically, you just throw them into the fray, and you forget all about them as stuff like Eye of Serkin with Soul Vitality reaps the benefits of their deaths. Now, there's another Scorch the Earth by Badgerail. Interesting. I would not have expected that at this stage. Seems a little bit too late for the 4 damage to be effective. But, I guess he has the Nora to blow. I mean, he's deploying a Cinderpede as well, now that he has his font back. So there's the Cinderpede deploy for some nice AoE damage. Maybe he can lump the summons into a Lava Storm or something. And then work out some kills that way. But the Chosen of Osiris moving right into the font. Everyone taking a bit of lava damage. And that Fleshweaver Witch is on 1 HP, so if she moves even a single space, she will die to the Scorch the Earth. So Badgerail, recognizing that, moves his Chosen of Osiris just outside the Fester range. And there's, what was that? Oh yeah, Confuse. The Confuse sound effect on the Cinderpede. So unfortunately, no Lava Storm for him. While Balio gets a few more shots onto the Shrine. And it seems like Badgerail is going to have to transfigure here soon, because Balio can potentially mobilize or, do some other, like Bubble of Protection to keep his champions all around. And then maybe start moving Timothy, like redirect him away from that Nightmare towards the Shrine. Hitting that Nightmare at this point is not really, it's not going to do anything. You're close to the Shrine, you want to hit the Shrine, right? Actually, there goes the Bodyguard by the zombie. So preventing the death of the Fleshweaver Witch from the lava. So she will be able to get a Fester onto that Chosen. No, there's actually a Tome of the Arcanus onto the Eye of Serkin, who is in fact a wizard. So he gets Metamorphosis, turning that Chosen into a snail. And that will also have the unfortunate side effect of resetting his Void Shield stacks, so he will return with no resistances to speak of. So there's the Boghopper Tad getting a little poke in with his webbed flippers there. And then this Boghopper zombie still chilling on 2 HP. Like, I'll contest the font. Nobody cares enough to kill me. So the war banner coming down here for Balio contesting Badgerail's font. And the snail doing all it can to finish off that Tad, but he's just not having it. He's also on 4 HP. So Badgerail still not giving in here. He's got Nightmare floating down towards bot side. Unfortunately inhibited, so no more healing. That Fleshweaver Witch has put in a lot of work this game with the Festers. Sort of just really countering the fire healing synergy of Badgerail's deck. This Nightmare still festered. I don't know, if you ask me, I think Fester is, I think it should have a duration. I think the inhibited shouldn't last forever. And I don't know, cooldown, it was buffed to cooldown 1, but maybe you could re-increase that to cooldown 2. The ability isn't generally considered useful as much as other abilities, but I mean, if you can permanently counter healing just by pressing, an ability every turn, I mean, that's pretty strong against the right decks. Because like Underdepths especially, they have no cleanse at all. that can get rid of that. So there's the flame strike there from onto Boghopper Zombie. Redirected thanks to the bodyguard. That will take out the zombie. And I'm pretty sure we'll still leave Fleshweaver on 1 HP, because bodyguard will prevent the lava damage as well. So Cinderpede going to town on that festering corpse. Badgerail struggling to stay in this. There's the Magma Elemental, actually. So Magma Elemental with Solar Flare. I don't know about that. The illuminated effect is pretty nice, but I still feel like the OG build of explosive attack onto the lava terrain is still probably the go-to. But you know, Badgerail is free to experiment as he wishes. And there goes the attack onto that Orb of Protection from Scruffy, who is going to reclaim that font for Balio soon. And yep, there it goes. Pop. So Orb of Protection takes 3 damage every time one of your units takes damage from a ranged attack. So that's how that popped there. And Timothy finding that head of Asarius that the Chosen has left behind. Oh no, sorry, yeah, that was the detection from Eye of Serkin. So detection coming down onto that eye, or onto the head. And I'm confusing my body parts here. We got eyes, we got heads, we got escargot. We've got that festering corpse still tossing that poison globule around between himself and that nightmare. That thing's been going for quite a while. I really think Balio should at least run Temple, the Cleansing Temple for Premonition if he's running the globules. But we see another Pygmy Hippo Stampede here going down onto the Chosen of Asarius, and then Timothy gonna get a hit in for the Swarm before the hippos take it out. And out comes the level 3 Festering Corpse, actually. Zombie Plague does, in fact, spawn level 3 Festering Corpses. It used to spawn real Festering Corpses, but they are summoned now, thankfully. So they do come in with upgrades, though. Latch On and Death Nova Disease 3. So they're moderately more useful than the base summon Festering Corpses. It seems like Corrupted Guardian going to put some hits into the Lava Elemental here. And Twisted Essence healing up all of Balio's champions. It's unfortunate that Torch, the ability Torch, doesn't actually trigger on passive healing effects. It only triggers on active healing effects. Things like Heal Champion or Heal Mass. But the Burk Channy and the Corrupted Guardian took full advantage of that healing there. So there, pop goes the Festering Corpse. Finally, by the way, from the Nightmare. And no, wait, was that the globule going off? No, it wasn't. He tossed the globule away and then killed the corpse. So no more globule in play. And there's a Fire Blast. Maybe we'll see Timothy go down. Maybe Badgerail will slowly claw his way back into this game. That would be a nice turn of events for Badgerail. Seems like he's going to... Nope, he's going to go for the Burk Channy, who has block up. I don't know about that. I think I would have gone for the Timothy for sure, because he has Helpless. So he takes 30% more damage from that Nightmare there. Definitely could have gotten the kill, I think. Unless, yeah, he could have definitely got it. I guess he would have gotten killed by the Eye in return, maybe, but... Because otherwise, what's the point? Okay, so he's going to get the kill on Timothy anyway with She-Will's Fireball. So I guess, I mean, burning 2 spells, but he did get the kill. So, a kill's a kill, right? And Cinderpede promptly getting the globe before Soul Torch coming in to maybe fester that Corrupted Guardian, right? Should want to fester it, so it doesn't get any more healing off from Ancient's Corruption. And there we go, Aramalian the Cruel showing his big ugly squid face. Maybe going to get a hit onto the Corrupted Guardian himself. And yep, there it goes. Nice big 17 damage hit there. And I don't know. I mean, Balio is definitely got the lead, but maybe I think Badgerail is still in this for sure. Like now that all the summons are gone and Badgerail still has his 2 fonts, Balio doesn't really have any real damage on the board, right? Like this Corrupted Guardian is basically dead. The Burk Channy on his own is strong, but he can't 1v2 or 1v4 certainly. And then the Eye of Serkin is definitely also strong, but without summons to feed his soul vitality and without flanking from the racial, like running any more worms, He doesn't do too much damage himself yet. So there's the Confuse, taking away Cinderpede's abilities yet again. I definitely feel like this is going to be a long game. And it's the trouble with long games is my voice tends to go in and out. Still not used to recording these long ones even after a few months of doing this, but you know, I'll do my best to keep up the energy here. We got Nightmare. We've got Burke Johnny getting some hits, and we've got one Festering Corpse coming in for Balio. But it seems like, I mean, he's half Forsaken Waste, right? He should have still plenty of champions in his Rune Dock to deploy, right? I mean, now that he's got his bottom font back, it's 3 fonts to 2 plus a transfigured shrine. So it's either going to be a Badgerail turtling up for the next little while, or maybe Balio trying to make a push forward or a pull back to gather his summon numbers up again. He doesn't have any spawn pools. He only has one HP Fleshweaver Witch. Then there we go. The Soul Torch going to go down to the Disease Aura 2 here. And it's a shame he couldn't get a swarm off in some way with the zombie apocalypse. But he only has 3 zombies in play right now, so not quite good enough. There's another Fester onto Cinderpede. At 1 HP Fleshweaver Witch. Man, Badgerail's really got to take this thing out somehow. It's just been it's been doing all the work for Balio here. And we got another Eye of Serkin for Balio, so a lot of ranged firepower here coming down. And there goes the Burke Channy popping to Aramalian's Mace. And Aramalian probably going to have to back up here. Doesn't want to, well, he still has to kill the Corrupted Guardian. There you go. So there he goes. And three juicy Nora Globes here for Badgerail to collect. He'll be very grateful for that. But Eye of Serkin gaining a ton of AP, both of them from all those deaths. And I think Badgerail's okay, so no, he doesn't choose to contest. He just goes for a Flame Strike on the Eye of Serkin. On this one with the Tome. And interestingly, I feel like Grant Flight might be a nice trick up Balio's sleeve here to maybe get a contest on that top font of Badgerail's. Because he can Grant Flight on this Eye of Serkin and then just throw it over the chasm to get into that top font, which would be probably really oh man, I'm losing all my words now that this game has been going on for so long. It would be basically a huge advantage because Badgerail is already transfigured. He's losing Nora from that. He's on 2 fonts to 3. And Badgerail is having to use all these spells to take care of Balio's champs. But somehow he's still pulling 55 Nora out of his ass for an Erupt. Where is he getting this Nora from? I mean, I know he just got 2 big globes, but still. So there's Erupt going down, and this Eye of Serkin not too much encumbered by it because he has teleport. But I mean, this Grenadier and this Eye of Serkin going to have a little bit of trouble advancing here onto Badgerail's champions. So the Nightmare taking some hits will most certainly go down to this Eye of Serkin, and then the Festering Corpse can gather the globe. It does trigger the Lava Trap, but I mean it's a summon corpse, like who gives a fuck, right? And this Risen Grenadier is a little bit overextended now, thanks to the presence of these traps. But I don't know. The problem is like he's gonna get his font rushed on by the Cinderpede, and this Head of Asarius. How long has this thing been here? Why is it not split up yet? I mean, the splits are not shadow spawned, so we should have seen at least one by now, right? I mean, should have been 6 turns since it was there. Where the hell is the split? But maybe we'll see it in a few turns. But that Eye of Serkin intentionally triggering this lava trap in the back, so that this Eye of Serkin can teleport away as far as possible. Maybe he's expecting another spell, but I mean, if it's a Fire Blast, this Eye of Serkin is dead either way. But we'll see. We will see what Badgerail chooses to do with his Nora. He still has this globe to collect. And these 2 lava traps are almost blocking his own Nightmare here, which is a little bit unfortunate. But Delirium Nexus actually being deployed into a lava trap range. I don't know why Balio would do that. I guess mean, he could have deployed it over here or something, right? Like, why would you deploy onto a lava trap? That makes no sense. So there we see the finally the split head of Asarius. It's crazy how long 6 turns actually seems when you're just watching a game rather than playing it. But like in game, like I would have not even mentioned the head of Asarius. But now that I'm just watching, it seems like it's been forever since this thing has been in play. Nightmare. Gonna grab that globe and maybe try and get another flame strike or something here onto one of these champions. What was that? Oh, Badgerail tried to play a spell in the Forsaken Waste deployment zone. Come on, Badgerail, you're better than that. He's gonna do a Scorch the Earth. Okay, so he's gonna do a Scorch the Earth over here and kill that Eye of Serkin. So nothing special, just some spell damage to finish off Balio's champions. So, I mean, I'm not too broken up about that. Like, it's basically spell spam versus summon spam at this point. And that Festering Corpse actually doing a bit of a Death Nova onto Aramalian here. Maybe we'll see a Reaper's Blade. Okay, never mind. He's just going to hit this Enderpede. I was thinking maybe a Reaper's Blade, and oh yeah, he can get a hit with, Grenadier's Attack Fire. So that's a shame, but maybe like some other kind of spell, like a 2-hit from Reaper's Blade with Aramalian being at 52 HP. That would be a lot of damage, and potentially even a kill if other spells came into play. But Grenadier still going to retreat, drop a long Fuse Bomb, and then Gilibrium Nexus getting a nice Sonic Burst hit off onto that Cinderpede, leaving it on 1. So 1 HP there, unfortunately for Balio. Probably going to be sacrificed immediately by Badgerail. And yeah, I don't know about that long Fuse Bomb. I think that was kind of a waste, since Cinderpede does still have Fire Eater, so he doesn't take damage from that. And I guess Balio is just getting desperate now. Oh yeah, the ping finishes it off. My bad. So ping doing a bit of damage there, leaving that juicy Norglobe for Balio. And Badgerail taking advantage of the champions that he does have remaining, throwing Aramalian into the font. I would say recklessly, but I mean, well, you got to do what you got to do, right? Like the Nightmare is on 38 HP. You could probably put the Nightmare in there, but either way, it would probably just die, right? He's got the ping damage. He's got 2 hits from Eye of Serkin. Grenadier can't hit it because it's attack fire, but the Scrofula can. So I don't know. I guess he's trying to keep his avatar out of Scrofula's range. It's nice that Aramalian does have immunity fire, so Grenadier can't hit that either. So Grenadier not being particularly useful in this regard. And there goes the nice explosion AOE from the long fuse bomb, hitting exactly nothing. And I'm pretty sure that's that same Bach Raider that died way back on like turn 10 or something. It's actually been that long in game that Badgerail got that back. But Balio, surprisingly enough, hasn't redeployed any of his champions that have died. He's just been deploying new champions instead, even though he's split with Forsaken Waste and should have lower cooldowns because of that. But it seems like Grenadier will put himself to use, taking out those heads of Asarius. Sorinda taking that one out. Man, Sorinda, I think, didn't Sorinda get a buff? I feel like, nah, she didn't get a buff. It's just Deathcaster losing a bit of his luster. That made Sorinda look a little better. Deathcaster got changed. He still has Death Pact, but he's not really that great now. Certainly compared to his old self, he's not that great. So people sort of experimenting with other Death Pact options in Forsaken Waste. And Sorinda is definitely one of them. She has, wait, what does she have? Yeah, never mind. Okay, so she has Drain, she's got Pawn, and she's got a bit of anti-healing as well. So not too bad for 77 Nora. So there goes the Nightmare to Scrofula and the pings. Bach Raider doing the arrow shot, and maybe we'll see yet another spell killing that Gilibrium Nexus. He's going to be on 3 HP. There goes the Eye of Serkin getting stabbed in the face by Aramalian. And oh yeah, there's that Fleshweaver Witch that died earlier, so maybe Balio is running too. He just chose not to deploy another one. No, he deployed it over here. Is he actually going to try and run that Festering Corpse into Badgerail's top font? Like that, that's the most predictable font contest ever. He's got to summon the corpse, he's got to give it cast light as a feather, and he's got to... Wait, what? Oh, Badgerail surrendered. What? Okay, well, that's a little disappointing, I guess. I guess he foresaw not doing too well in the late game, but I don't know. It seemed like he was willing to play it out to the end, but I don't know. Maybe he saw something I didn't. All right. Well, it was a nice game anyway, and we'll see everyone in the next one.